Hello crafty friends and welcome to my channel. I'm Adrienne Bosey of Alice Scraps Wonderland. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make your acrylic paints look like watercolors on your mixed media projects. Let's get right into it. I've already applied the Sizzix dimensional paste to a 5x7 inch canvas through a stencil. While it dries, I'm going to work on the die cuts I want to add to this project. I'll be using a pink, orange, and yellow cardstock from the Sizzix Assorted Cardstock Pack, as well as the Painted Birds and Woodland Card Front dies. I also ended up using the white from the Festive Cardstock Pack. I'll show you a little bit of the layering assembly process for these little painted birds. The layers are a bit like a puzzle, figuring out where each die cut goes. Sizzix makes it easy to figure it out though, because the base layer is embossed to show where each layer goes. To give the birds some extra dimension, I used a little foam adhesive to pop up part of their wing and tail feathers. Then each bird got a pearl for an eye. I also assembled layers of flowers together. The Sizzix intricate multi-tool makes it easy to pick up and place the tiny flower layers, as well as the gems I put at the center of each flower. The last step with the dies was to cut the Woodland Card Front die up into sections. I'll be tucking different pieces of it into my project. I've already cast some resin pieces for this project, including the tree branches mold and window to the soul mold from Prima Marketing. I use hot glue to adhere the molds to the canvas and use cut up pieces of cardboard box to help me layer the molds onto the canvas, creating a window scene with branches and shutters. I then use hot glue and foam adhesive to place the little painted birdies onto the canvas. I layer on paper flowers, sisal fibers, and the Woodland Card Front dies. Since I'm creating a sunset scene, I place the yellow-orange flowers and die cuts toward the top, the deep orange flowers in the middle, and the pink flowers at the bottom. I tuck in pieces of flower lace and the Woodland Card Front dies into my little scene. For easy cleanup, I pull out my Sizzix multimedia mat. There is a large space for your project to sit on, plus wells for mixing paint and pastes up. Today, I'll be using the Sizzix Creamy Acrylic Paints. Unlike other acrylic paints, these ones have a matte finish, however you can use any acrylic paint for this technique. Primrose, Mango Tango, and Limoncello match the cardstock colors I've chosen perfectly. I place a little bit of each of the paint colors into their own well on the mat, then add water to each. The more water you add, the lighter and more translucent your color will be. I then paint this watered down color onto my canvas and molds, matching the color of the paint to the color of the flowers, adding to the sunset background. After the acrylic paint dries, I add gesso to the flowers and to the highlights of the molds. If you find that you still have some wet spots on your canvas, don't dip a contaminated brush into your pot of gesso. Simply place some of the gesso on your mat to dip into instead. Some of the flowers I used have glitter on them, so I add glitter to the flowers that don't have it as I paint them with gesso to create a more cohesive look. Before adding my finishing touches, I glued on a bunch of the little die-cut flowers. I also watered down some gesso like I did with the acrylic paint and load up a paintbrush. I tap the loaded paintbrush over the handle of another one to create paint splatters on my project. The finishing touch is to add a bunch of coordinating gems for some added bling. I hope that you enjoyed this easy acrylic watercolor tutorial and that you try it out on your next mixed media project. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Until next time, happy crafting!